You are listening to the Winner's Ways podcast with Bola Halabi, episode number 49.
Would you like to win and achieve success at what you do? Welcome to the Winner's Ways podcast, where we create winners every day. And now, your host, the author of Winner's Ways book and life coach, Bola Halabi.
Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the Winner's Ways podcast, where it's all about your career, your money, and the motivation to live life to the fullest. This is episode 49 of my podcast, and today I'll be sharing expert tips for home buying. Wow, this is a very, very important topic, because I know there are many people that are currently looking to buy their first home. The economy is booming and many people are moving from renting into owning their own home. For most people, their home is going to be the most expensive purchase they'll ever make. As such, this decision is very crucial and it can be very emotional sometimes, because there are so many factors that you need to put into consideration before you buy your own home. For example, you'll need to think about proximity to your place of work, proximity to certain highway. You may also consider the school district, especially if you are going to have children or if you have children already. And location, it's very important consideration as well. For the most part, buying depends on your financial status. So what's your target price? How much home can you afford? What down payment are you going to pay? What's the tax rate in the city? And all this information, you have to put them into consideration before you make this decision. Unfortunately, many people make the home buying decision on impulse, and the home that should give them peace will now end up making them unhappy because of the stress of paying the mortgage. So my goal in this episode is to help you simplify the process, is to help you and guide you so that you'll know the expert recommendation for home buying. I happen to have experience in this topic because I've bought a couple of houses in the past. I know I've made mistakes as well, and I've learned from them. And I know I'll be buying more in the nearest future, because I believe that properties can be a useful wealth building vehicle. So today, I'll be sharing 7 tips for first-time home buyers. And you may also find this episode useful even if you are not a first-time home buyer. So let's go through it. I know it's going to be a long one today, because I'm going to be doing some explanation as well. So let's get in. The first thing, you have to make sure you pay off your debt and build an emergency saving. As I said, homes are costly. The total cost of home ownership includes much more than the price that you paid when you bought your house. There are other costs that you must be aware of and also ensure that you can afford. You got to pay homeowners insurance. You have to pay homeowners association fees. There are taxes, maintenance cost, upkeep cost. Let's say your AC breakdown, roof leak, or anything, or any of your electronic got broken. You have to take care of all these items. So all these other expenses make owning a home much more expensive than actually renting. Although in the long term, owning your own home will be beneficial because it can be an excellent wealth building tool because the home can appreciate and you have equity in the house. But we want to make sure that doing it the right way so that you can reap the benefits in future. And we want to make sure that you have peace in the house you are planning to buy. Therefore, to do that, you have to make sure you are debt-free and you have emergency savings of up to 3 to 6 months of your salary in place. Think about it this way. If you are debt-free when you buy your home, you'll be in a position of less stress when your mortgage payments come due, because you will not have to worry about other payments such as auto loan, student loan, or credit card debt. So the first step, you have to make sure that you pay off all debt and you have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings. That's one. Number 2, you need to establish how much house you can afford. This is very important. When shopping for your first home, you need to make sure that you are buying what you can afford. Buying the right home will ensure that you have financial peace when paying your mortgage. If you buy too much house that is beyond your income, then it will bring too much stress and pain that you don't want. So establish the type or the value of home that you can afford. You also need to think about the type. Is it going to be a new house or a used old house? Is it going to be a condo, a townhouse, or a single family home? Before you go out there to start shopping for your home, you need to determine how much you can afford. You need to work based on your income. Experts recommend that your total housing cost should not be more than 25% of your take-home salary. Here's an example. Let's say your monthly income is $5,000. According to experts, your housing cost, which include your mortgage, your taxes, your maintenance cost, should not be more than 25% of that $5,000. So you are looking at $1,250. There's another rule of thumb that will help you to know the value of the house that you should buy. Here it is. You should not spend more than 3 times your annual income on a house. Here's an example again. If your annual salary is $60,000, you should not buy a home that is more than $180,000. That's 60K times 3, that's 180K. This is to ensure that you are buying what you can comfortably afford without too much stress, and so that you will be able to pay off the house within the shortest possible time. Hey, my friend, it's always to your benefit to pay off your home as early as possible. Most people pay their home till retirement. We don't want that to be you on Winner's Ways. Number 3, save a down payment. I know it can be exciting to buy a new home, but don't let the excitement get in your way and prevent you from saving a down payment for your home. In America today, you can bring as low as 3 or 5% and still get a mortgage. However, you must know that the higher you pay towards that home, the lower your monthly payment is going to be and the better it is for you. Experts recommend having 20% down payment in order to avoid private mortgage insurance, PMI. What is PMI, by the way? PMI is a protection against default that your lender charge you on a month-to-month basis. So this is money you pay to the lender, and this one will not go towards your principal. It's just some money that you pay to the lender. So if you put down any amount lower than 20% of your home value, you'll have to pay the PMI. But once you cross the 20% threshold, the PMI will be taken off. So I'll encourage you to avoid paying PMI whenever possible. So again, here's an example. If your home value, the home that you are looking to buy, is $200,000, please try and save $40,000 as your down payment. That's the 20% of the 200K. Also, it is recommended that it is best to have 15-year fixed rate mortgage. Many people take out 30-year mortgage. Please, if you can afford it, and if it's at all possible, go for the 15-year mortgage. And if you are currently in a 30-year mortgage, try and refinance and see if you can afford a 15-year mortgage. So that's number 3. Save a down payment towards your house. Number 4, get pre-approved and compare mortgage rates. Once you have your 20% saved up, the next step is to get pre-approved. So getting pre-approved, the purpose is that for you to go to the bank, they will check your credit history to make sure that you can repay their loan. And in order to do this well, I'm encouraging you to go not only to just one lender, you should speak to 2 or 3 so that you can compare the rate from these 3 lenders. As you are comparing quotes, ask the lender also if they have any discount points. You should negotiate, and you should, at the end of the day, go with the lender that gives you the best offer. So get pre-approved and compare rates. Shop around among multiple lenders. Again, at minimum, make sure you talk to 2 or 3. Again, on this one, because they are going to pull your credit. When they pull your credit, your interest rate is tied to your credit score. By the way, if your credit score is not so good, you should check out episode 23 of this podcast, how to boost your credit score, so that you'll be able to give yourself some time and increase your credit score. With that episode, you should be able to increase your credit score by about 100 to 200 points. But of course, you need some time. So check it out. So that's number 4. Get pre-approved and compare mortgage rates. Number 5. This is very important. You should hire a professional real estate agent. If you are going to need a doctor, you don't go to an unqualified one. You go to a professional, right? So also, when you want to buy your house, why do you want to trust a non-professional to do the job for you? Again, your home is one of the most expensive investments that you are going to make. Therefore, it's reasonable and beneficial to ensure that you have the right people with the right knowledge on your side, shopping with you, negotiating for you, and guiding you. So make sure you get an experienced real estate agent to help you find your dream home. This person should be on your side, helping you to make informed decisions and referring you to professionals like home inspectors, contractors, appraisers. You need all this. So please hire a professional real estate agent with strong track record and history, with good knowledge of your desired neighborhood, and work with them to help you during the process. So that's number 5. Hire a professional real estate agent. Number 6. See multiple homes. Now that you have a professional real estate agent on your side, you should provide clear instruction in terms of location when you want to buy the house, what you can afford, specification, whether you are looking for 2 or 3 or 4 bedroom. You should also talk about the school ratings. You should talk about the crime rate. Whatever you want in this new home, please talk with him or her. Your agent, based on all your specification, will now set up automatic searches for homes that meet your criteria using your local multiple listing service, MLS, which normally contain multiple thousands of homes that are available for sale. Discuss with your agents about school quality, all the information, all your specification. It has to be clear so that he or she will do a good job for you. Hey, it's always a good idea once you've narrowed down your searches to drive through the neighborhood you want to live in to see what's going on around that neighborhood, so that you can have a sense of if the neighborhood is somewhere you like to live in. You should also visit at different times and check the traffic condition, the noise level, and look around. Just look around to make sure you'll be comfortable there. Please only choose a community that you and your family will feel good about. So that's number 6. Please see multiple homes. Number 7, the last but not the least, make an offer and prepare for closing. By now, you've checked 2, 3, 4, 5 homes. You've spoken with 2, 3 lenders. Your real estate agent has worked tirelessly with you. You must now see that the home buying process is nerve-wracking. Look at everything you have to do before you get to the final step. But you've got to do it right, because this is a home that you're going to sleep in. You spend most of your time in this house, and I want to make sure that it's the right home for you. So now that we've done everything that we need to do, we need to make an offer. If the asking price was $200,000, yes, you should be able to negotiate. Maybe you make an offer of $190K, $180K, or just work with your real estate agent to know what is competitive and what is fair. If your offer was accepted, then you should request for a home inspection. I know you've seen the outside of the property, you've familiarized yourself with the neighborhood, but you still need a professional home inspector to examine the structural condition of both inside and out of the property. The home inspection will check the foundation, the roof, the attic space, the exterior, electrical panels, light switches, power outlet, water heater, thermostats, heating, cooling, ventilation. These are professional. They got to make sure that everything is in good working condition. You cannot do all this by yourself. So you have to make sure the home is inspected, because if the home is not in good condition, it's going to cost you a lot of pain to repair, to bring it up to your standards. So make your offer, request for home inspection, because if after going through the inspection you found out that it's not acceptable, you can still withdraw your offer. Now we need to close on that property. If you are happy the inspection is good, you close, you sign the agreement. The closing is the last step before you'll be given the key to the new property. This step can take about a month or more, because your lender will now need to verify all your information. Your loan will go through the underwriting process, except of course you are buying with cash. Closing is where you sign the contract and you assume ownership of the property. Whoops, and that's it. Congratulations, by the way. Make sure you insure your new home. Check out episode 22 of this podcast. for information about how to save money on your insurance premium. Buying a home can be both emotional and stressful, especially if you are a first-time home buyer. The tips that I share today will help you navigate the process. It will help you save money and avoid common mistakes that home buyers typically make. Here are the tips once again. You should pay down your debt and build emergency savings. You should establish how much house you can afford. You should save a down payment. You should get pre-approved and compare rates from different lenders. You should hire a professional real estate agent to help you. You should see multiple homes. And finally, make an offer and prepare for closing. I hope I've been able to serve you again today. I want you to have peace of mind and eliminate stress that comes with home buying process. Follow the tips that I explained on this episode today, and it will take out stress from the home buying process for you. Please share this episode with someone that you love. Don't forget to leave me a rating and review this podcast. Let's work together to create more winners. Till next week again, this is Bola Halabi. Keep winning.
This episode of Winner's Ways podcast has come to a close. We hope you enjoy and learn something from today's show. We want you to win and excel in all areas of your life, and we regularly explore and share information with our listeners to empower them to win. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more tips and strategies to help you find the success that you've always dreamt of. And don't forget to rate and review so that we can continue to bring you more podcast episodes to empower you. We will love to have you again next week. Now, keep winning.